Have you ever snapped at someone you love and then immediately thought, why did I do that? Or maybe you find yourself people-pleasing, even when it's costing you your own peace, or lying awake at night, not because of what happened today, but because of something that happened years ago, something you thought you were over. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. Healing from childhood trauma is not a destination, it's a journey. And most of us are still on it, without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 real, raw signs that you are still healing from childhood trauma, not to make you feel broken, but to help you understand yourself and to remind you that healing is happening, even when it's hard. Let's get into it. Sign number 1, and this one hits deep. You constantly expect the worst. You are always waiting for something to go wrong. The relationship is going well, but a part of you is already preparing for it to fall apart. You get good news, and your brain immediately asks, but what's the catch? This isn't pessimism. This is your nervous system trying to protect you. When you grew up in an environment that was unpredictable, maybe a parent who was loving one moment and angry the next, or a home where you never felt truly safe, your brain learned to stay on high alert, always scanning, always bracing. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. And here's the hard part. Even when your life is safe now, your brain hasn't gotten the memo yet. It's still running the old programming. If this is you, know that your anxiety doesn't mean you are weak. It means you survived something, and your body is still trying to protect you. The healing here looks like slowly teaching your nervous system that it's okay to relax through therapy, breath work, or simply noticing when your alarm system goes off and gently saying, I'm safe now. Sign number 2, you struggle with emotional regulation. Have you ever felt like your emotions go from 0 to 100 in seconds? Someone says one small thing and suddenly you're flooded, overwhelmed, shut down. Or maybe the opposite, you explode. And then 5 minutes later you wonder, where did that come from? Here's what's actually happening. When children experience trauma, especially repeated trauma, the part of the brain responsible for emotional regulation, the prefrontal cortex, doesn't fully develop in the way it should. You weren't taught to process big feelings. You might have been told, stop crying, you're too sensitive, or get over it. So those emotions never got processed. They just got stored. And now, as an adult, small triggers are opening old, unhealed wounds. You are not too emotional. You are someone who has a lot of unprocessed emotion that never had a safe place to land. The healing here looks like learning the language of your emotions. Therapy, journaling, somatic work, these aren't luxuries. For those of us healing from trauma, they are necessities. Sign number 3, you have deep trouble trusting people. You want deep connection, but something inside you always holds back. You let people in, but only so far. There's a wall, a limit, a voice that says, don't get too close. You'll only get hurt. And the painful irony, the very thing you want most, love, safety, belonging, is the thing that terrifies you the most. This is called attachment trauma. If the people who were supposed to love and protect you as a child were also the source of your pain, your brain made a connection, closeness, danger. So now every time someone gets close, your alarm goes off. You might push people away before they can leave you. You might test people subconsciously to see if they'll stay. Or you might choose partners or friends who confirm what you already believe, that you can't be fully loved. This pattern is not your fault. It was a survival strategy. But healing means slowly, carefully learning to let safe people in. It means recognizing the difference between someone who is genuinely safe and your old fear, telling you no one is. Sign number 4, you people please and lose yourself. You say yes when you mean no. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You shrink yourself to make other people comfortable. Sound familiar? People-pleasing is one of the most common and most invisible signs of childhood trauma. When you grew up in an environment where love was conditional, where your worth depended on how well you behaved, how quiet you stayed, or how much you could give, You learned that keeping others happy was the key to your survival. As a child, that made sense. It kept you safe. But as an adult, you've carried that strategy into every relationship, every job, every friendship, and it's exhausting. Because there's no end to how much you can give before you disappear entirely. Healing here looks like learning that your needs matter. That saying no is not the same as being bad. That you do not have to earn your place in the world. You deserve to take up space, just as you are. Not because of what you do for others, but simply because you exist. And sign number 5, perhaps the most invisible of all. You feel disconnected from yourself. You don't really know who you are. You're not sure what you like, what you want, or how you feel. You feel like you're watching your life from the outside, going through the motions, but never fully present in your own story. This is called dissociation, and it's more common than you think. When a child experiences ongoing trauma, the mind sometimes creates distance from the self as a form of protection. If being here hurts too much, you learn to leave mentally, emotionally, and over time, that distance becomes your normal. You might find it hard to identify your own emotions. You might feel like you don't know what you actually want, separate from what others want for you. You might feel like a stranger in your own life. Reconnecting with yourself is some of the deepest, most sacred healing there is. It starts small, asking yourself, what do I feel right now? What do I actually enjoy? What would I do if no one was watching? You are in there, and you are worth finding. So those are the 5 signs you are still healing from childhood trauma. And I want you to hear this clearly. Being on this healing journey is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that something was done to you when you were young, when you were vulnerable, when you didn't have the tools to protect yourself. You adapted, you survived. And now you are doing the extraordinary work of healing. That is not weakness. That is some of the bravest thing a human being can do. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll feel like you've gone backwards. Some days a song, a smell, a look on someone's face will take you right back. But you are not back there. You are here. And here is different. You have awareness now. You have tools. You have choice. And that changes everything. Be gentle with yourself. Healing takes time, and you are allowed to take it. If this video spoke to something inside you, you are not alone. Drop a comment below and tell me, which one of these 5 signs felt the most true for you? I read every single comment. And knowing that this reaches even one person who needed to hear it, that means everything to me. If this helped you, please share it with someone who might need it today. You might be the reason someone finally understands themselves a little better. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because every week I create content to help you understand your mind, heal your past, and build a life that finally feels like yours. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. You deserve it.